So I did one of this video earlier on this year where I essentially reflected, I think it was my third video where I reflected on the first quarter of the year, and I want to do the exact same thing again, but this time reflect on the second quarter of the year, also discuss what the first half of the year has been like for me. I will say that the first half of this year has been one of those interesting journey of trying and pushing myself and trying new things and experimenting in new things. And I think for me the keyword here is experimenting. It's been one of those 6 months of just a few failures here and there, but understanding why I failed and then giving that opportunity a go again. It's been one of those journey of if I'd never taken this opportunity or I didn't push to become really good at an area of my life or in certain spaces, I wouldn't be here. And that's because I've just chose to just stretch myself, and that's kind of what the first 6 months of this year has been like. And I think it's also been one of those 6 months of it is laid a foundation for potentially what the next 6 months is going to be like, and potentially what the next year's goals and adventures going to be like. And I want to use that to reflect on the goals that I've set for myself this year and where I'm at and what wins and losses that's come my way this year. In terms of the goals that I've set for myself this year, I wouldn't even call them goals anymore. They're more like area that I wanted to focus more my mind to and just give more attention to. So for example, one of them was my health, which was, like I said in my first video, this was an area of my life that I've given very little attention to. I wanted to give more attention to that part of my life. This is why it's not a goal, because it's not measurable. I didn't put like a metric behind it, and that's kind of what like my goals were for this year. But to summarize, I want to reflect on my health, which is part of my goals this year, my lifestyle and like projects that I've embarked on, such as my YouTube channel. And then I'm going to the end of the video potentially discussing what I think the next 6 months is going to be like. I'm going to put a link in here somewhere as well to anyone that is interested in watching that video where I discuss my goals in detail, which in my opinion is probably my best video that I've recorded this year. In terms of my health, I think some of the protocols that I set for myself this year was to do a 6-month intermittent fasting, which started off with 6 hours a day for a month, and then I slowly increased those hours as the month progressed. And I think March was the month where I fasted the most hours before breaking, and then slowly I brought those hours down back to 6 hours a day for the month of June. And I think in terms of fasting, it was challenging, but it brought out the best in me, if I'm honest with you. And some of the things I said in my other video was, I've lost a lot of weight, which I'm really happy about. I feel really good. So in terms of that, I'm okay. I feel like I'm in a comfortable weight. I'm even a lot more happier. Not that I've been sad or anything, but I'm just in a lot more happier mind state. I feel more flexible, if that's the right word to use. But I feel great. I feel good. In terms of like the diet, I cheated. Bola cheated. I've had loads of junk food, and to be honest, it's never my fault. And for context, we were basically doing our kitchen up, so we're like refurbishing our kitchen. The agreement between the agency or the company, that whatever you want to call these people, was to remove the old kitchen and install the new kitchen within a week. And believe it or not, 4, 5, 6 weeks it wasn't done, meaning that there wasn't like a gas cooker to use. And silly me, I defaulted to ordering online for a month and a bit, and that's essentially why I've had loads of junk food. So it wasn't intentional that I've had loads of junk food. It was more to do with just the circumstances. Could I have gone about it differently? Yes, I could have ordered like healthy meals, but I didn't think twice. This only happened between the month of May and June. So for the first 4 months, I was actually amazing. It's just for the month of May and June, I defaulted to my old ways. But I'm back into like my ways of eating healthy again, and I kind of want to also reflect on that, because when it comes to diet nowadays, I don't eat in a systematic way. I eat because I'm hungry. So I don't eat. I don't go about. I don't have your breakfast and lunch and dinner sort of like way of eating. I just eat when I'm hungry. And some days I don't even eat in the morning. I just have a large meal during the day and I'm done for the day, and I'm happy with that. And those are actually the day where I'm most productive. There's days where I'll have breakfast but I'll feel sleepy, and I have not studied this, but I just eat whenever I feel like I eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat because you're meant to eat. And that's been like a good eye-opener for me this year. On the same topic of health, I've previously said in my other 2, maybe 3 videos that I have an injury, and over the last 3 months specifically, I've had a lot of blood tests done. I've had my MRI done, and the injury that I didn't know what it was, which I now know what it is, essentially is I have a pinched nerve, which I think I have an idea of when it happened and how it happened, but I'm lucky that I've already put systems in place to help me reduce that pain. So for example, I don't participate in any activities that would allow me to stand for too long. I have made a few sacrifices here and there, like going to the gym and doing the big boy weight. I've not done that in a very long time. If I am in the gym, I'm doing a lot of my stretches and making sure that I'm stretching my bones and my nerves and stretching myself physically. So I've put a lot of systems in place to make sure that I'm mitigating any friction, and those have actually been helping, because when I think about the pain that I was going through last year November, last year December, and January this year, it was a pain that I wouldn't wish on anyone, because it just wasn't nice. Even during those painful 3 months and even 4 months, I would say, it brought out a different character in me. I would appear lazy because I didn't want to do a lot of things, but in reality, I'm just prioritizing my health. I don't want to, strain myself. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to in the last 3 months. Is fasting's been great. Diet, the last 2 months maybe not so much good or great, but in terms of like my health and just going forward overall, I think I'm okay. And for the next 6 months, I do plan to just keep eating healthy and doing my little checkup with the doctors and stuff. And I'm going to be in the gym as much as possible, but again, it's more going to be focused on like the stretches and making sure that I'm not adding, or if I am adding to my exercises, it's going to be activities that would help me get better and to enhance my health. Goal number 2 was my lifestyle. There was a lot of things that I mentioned in my first ever video, which I can't remember in detail, but over the last 3 months and also the last 6 months as well, I would say that my lifestyle has been actually it's been a disciplined one. And I say that because even little things like budgets each month, I stick to my budget. I don't spend above my budget. I don't do too much. I enjoy having a budget and then focusing on, I guess, maybe making more money, whether it's at work or outside of work, positively. I enjoy doing these little things, and I enjoy just the person that I'm becoming in that process as well. I enjoy investing. I enjoy watching the market. I enjoy the little things. I also enjoy knowing that, okay, for the next 2-3 months I am working on this project, and for the next 2 weeks or 3 months I'm going to be having fun. I just enjoy having that control of my life. I've always had control, but I just enjoy allocating like a percentage of time towards having fun and towards not having fun. So apart from the last 2 months, I've had a really good healthy lifestyle, and that kind of ties into like my health as well. So I think I said I wanted to be getting a few steps a day, which I have been doing. I think I've been getting about 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day on an average. It's a lot more than this, by the way, but on an average. Bear in mind that when I was in pain, I didn't used to do a lot of steps because I didn't know what the pain was, but I've been doing a lot more than I normally would do previously. One of the things I noticed that I has not really been, I'm still working on, but I've not really I guess worked on or become really good at, is getting my 7 hours of sleep a day. And that's because over the last 3 months and 6 months, it's been a lot of trying new things, and whenever I'm trying new things, it's taken away from my sleep, and that's kind of why I said it's set like a good foundation, because a lot of the trials and error that I've put myself through has now allowed me to know my timetable in terms of what I want to be doing in the morning and how I want to be working in the morning and what I want to be doing during the day and then at night time as well, which now means that for the next 6 months I kind of know what time I would be in bed and kind of know what I'm going to be awake by. And that also means that whatever activity that I'm doing during the day is going to be productive, and it's not going to take away from my sleep at night time. But that's kind of what I want to be working on going forward, which is like getting good numbers of sleep at night, because I would say, although I'm still productive now, whilst getting a rubbish hours of sleep, I would rather be productive and still getting a good amount of sleep. I know what it's like to be productive and getting a rubbish sleep, but I kind of want to also know what it's like to be productive, getting good results, but at the same time getting quality sleep as well. So the next one is reading my Bible. So Yeah, I'm actually very disappointed in myself because I was reading my Bible January and February, and all of a sudden I just stopped. And I think I know the reason why. And the reason why is because of, again, going back to my first point of trying new things and finding ways that what works for me and what doesn't work for me. It's basically meant that in doing so, which is not a good excuse, but in doing so, there's other things that have just been underserved, and that's the best way I can explain it. And one of those things that's been underserved is reading my Bible. But like I said, I kind of have an idea of how to approach the next 6 months when it comes to sleep, waking up, and productivity. It would mean that I can have some time to read my Bible. So, for example, I now know that the best time for me to read my Bible is in the morning. But then for that to happen, I have to be in bed at a certain time and then wake up at a certain time. And then for that to also happen, then it means that during the day, every activity, which I kind of have just said, but every activity needs to be like the most important activity that I'm doing, and to make sure that I'm also very productive as well, and just knowing how to allocate and delegate my time to everything I want to be doing during the day, so that every other area of my life that I want to give attention to would get those attention. So although I've not been consistent with reading my Bible, that should change from next month, July, going forward. The last topic that I wanted to touch on is YouTube. So in total, I have put out 6 videos, and I have, I think at this point of recording this video, I have about 29 subscribers. Like I said again, I didn't put a goal out to achieve a certain amount of subscribers by a certain month. I didn't say I want to upload a certain amount of video by a certain month. I just wanted to have fun with I guess, documenting like a part of my life publicly, and I think I've enjoyed it. And could I have put out more video? Yes. Did I do that? No. I think the reason for that is because I didn't want to get sucked into the world of consistent uploading. I kind of want to just also upload once a month, but at the same time have some time to reflect on anything that I've uploaded, and just still learn the YouTube space, which I have been doing behind the scenes. So I've learned the YouTube space, and which has been fun. I've got a new camera, like I said in my last video, so hopefully next month I plan to start putting out a lot more videos. And even like today, just pulling my camera up, it wasn't a lot of setup. I just had to just pull it out, turn it on, and I've got my mic in front of me and I'm speaking. It's less of a hassle. So that such experience like this just adds more to the beauty, or to the content creating lifestyle, where it's not taken away from it, it's actually adding to it. So it's less of an effort, but it means that the output will be much better in terms of like being able to just record on the go and put things out there. In the next 6 months, I reckon I would be putting out maybe 2 videos a month, which is not a lot in terms of what people would advise you to do. I think everyone else is more like put out a video a week, but for me, I am putting out a video maybe once every 2 weeks. I think also I'm enjoying the fact that I'm also seeing the video from the beginning to the very end, meaning that I'm recording the video and I'm editing the video and I'm putting it out there onto like YouTube channel. I think some people at the moment are recording the video and then giving it to an editor and they're putting it out there. But for me, I feel like I'm in control of my video, and I'm enjoying that part. I'm enjoying the research that goes behind my video sometimes. Not this one, but I mean, even like finding the right suitable soundtrack and just understanding a few things in the policies around YouTube, and not getting a strike and all that sorts of things. I'm enjoying just knowing those information as well. But yes, in terms of YouTube, I've taken it seriously, that's number one, but I'm going to have a lot more fun with it over the next 6 months. And that's kind of it really in regards to YouTube. As for the next 6 months, I will say there's going to be a lot more hard work. There's a lot more that I need to learn, and there's a lot more that I need to I'm less of a conceptual person. I'm more of a results person. I think it's gonna be one of those 6 months where it will be better than my first 6 months, and that's because of the work rate that I've put into like myself and the development side of things. I want to be putting a lot more videos on YouTube. That's going to happen. I want to get into the world of networking with people or people in the same space as YouTube. I want to meet new people. I want to just have fun with it. That's kind of like a summary of like the last 3 months, and also a summary of what the last 6 months has been like. Well, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't know how well this video is going to do because I did not script this at all. I didn't even plan it. I just pull out my camera and just start recording and talking. But you know, yes, I'm not too sure what it's gonna do, but that's kind of how I feel, and I kind of want to just reflect on the last 3 months and just start the ball rolling again and just build up the momentum of uploading video again on YouTube. But if you have reached this part of the video, kindly subscribe, and I appreciate the effort of just watching my video, because who am I? And also to all the people that have actually subscribed who I don't even know, thank you very much. And then I'll see everyone in the next video.